Coming up on this episode of Coordinated.
So what you are saying is that sometimes a student needs two join codes, one for the teaching school and one for the testing school. Greetings, AP coordinators, and welcome to Season 7 of Coordinated. Our goal for this season? To help AP coordinators successfully manage their AP programs from the start of school up through the AP exam final ordering deadline of November 15, 2022.
This season, we're releasing 2 sets of episodes, creating the opportunity to listen on demand to specific topics at different times, depending on when your school year begins.
Let's get started. I'm Derek Cometa.
And I'm Rachel McBride. Welcome to the podcast for AP coordinators.
Welcome to Coordinated.
Season 7, Episode 11. Exam only, homeschools, and virtual.
Hey there, Rachel.
Derek, hello. It's been a while. Well, I guess not really.
Right. We're back quicker than usual with part 2 of our 2-part conversation about exam-only class sections.
Yes. Last episode, episode 10, we focused on exam only for independent or self-study students. And today,
we focus on supporting homeschooled and virtual students. But first, how are you, Rachel? How are things going at Mayfield High School?
I'm doing great, thanks. And work is going great. Fall is in full swing, and that means school activities are as well. We've got volleyball, student council elections, homecoming dance, and our football team has a big game coming up. It's all happening, Derek, an exciting time.
Sounds like things are going really well. I'm glad to hear it.
And another thing that's happening, student enrollment in my exam-only sections. And Derek, not all AP students who are taking an AP exam at my school are actually enrolled at my school.
Great segue. Let's talk more about that.
So, students in my local area sometimes contact me to see if they can take an AP exam at my school. Sometimes the students are attending a virtual school, other times they're homeschooled. Either way, they are looking for a place to test because they cannot test at home. And so, they often start inquiring at nearby schools.
Many schools allow virtual and homeschooled students to test on their campus in the spring. And while it's not required by AP, it's certainly a gesture appreciated by many if schools, like yours, Rachel, are able to do so.
Right, I do. And I think one of the most important parts is if your school is able to host these students, try to identify them as early as possible. The November 15th final order deadline is key here.
Hey, it's a little early in the show for a pro tip. However, I'd like to know what you mean by that. How do you identify potential students? I mean, don't they normally contact you directly?
They do. You're right about that. However, I also reach out to virtual schools who I've worked with in the past, and I'll reach out to homeschooled students who have tested here previously who haven't graduated yet. Chances are they'll want to test here again.
That is really nice of you and super smart. Trying to minimize any last minute or late orders sounds like a very strong plan.
I do like to plan ahead, Derek, as you may have guessed.
Right. Wild guess. So once you have your list of homeschooled and virtual students ready, what is next?
Well, let's talk about homeschooled students first. I provide them with a join code for an exam-only section. The students enroll in that exam-only section, and I order an exam for them. Virtual school students may require a different process. Since they are taking an AP course at their virtual school, That school enrolls the student in a class section, and they set the order exam status to no. That's the quote-unquote teaching school where the student is getting their instruction. Then, at my school, which I'll call the quote-unquote testing school, at my school, the student enrolls in an exam-only section so that I can order an exam. Because it's an exam-only section, their order exam status is automatically set to yes.
So what you are saying is that sometimes a student needs 2 join codes, one for the teaching school and one for the testing school.
Exactly.
All right. I think that covers the major points, so it must be summary time.
I'm ready.
Determine if your school is able to host homeschooled or virtual students during AP exam administration. And please help those students if possible. Identify those homeschooled or virtual school students who want to test at your school. If the student is receiving instruction at a different school, they likely need 2 join codes. The one for your school is for an exam-only section. And finally, Rachel, good luck to your football team in the big upcoming game.
Thank you. And speaking of, it is almost game time. I need to get back on campus to avoid the rush.
Don't let me keep you. Thanks, Rachel, and thanks everyone for all that you do to support homeschooled and virtual school students. We really do appreciate it. Be sure to join us next time for a conversation about SSD accommodations. Talk with you then.
Coordinated is presented by the AP program and the AP Coordinator Experience. Special thanks to the amazing team behind the scenes who bring this show to schools and AP coordinators all across the world. We thank Jackie Ray for our theme song, Good as Gold. Jackie is a former AP Music Theory student at Oakton High School. Additional vocal support by myself, Carly Suge, AP Coordinator at Costa Mesa High School in Southern California.
And AP coordinators, we cannot say it enough. Thank you. We appreciate you, and for all your support of AP students, you are truly good as gold.
And maybe I just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.